Okay, hi. Yuyun, this is, we'll start off with you for this electronic flash assignment. And looking at your pictures here, I know you said there's a little message that you had, and it mentioned that you weren't sure if you had done this correctly, but it does look like uh, that things worked out, especially like here's the slow sync one. So you can see where the flash went off, and it illuminated these people right here in the foreground and a little bit back over here. But the fact that you had the shutter open a little bit longer allowed you to get the fireworks in there too. So um, that worked out fine for this. Let's go to the next one here. Same kind of thing here. And I can see over here you got your exposure set at 2 seconds and ISO at 200. That's good. F8. And I can see that the flash lit up these people right here. Same thing with this one. And then also for this one right here, I can see that the flash went off and it does a nice fill flash. And you can see normally when you're photographing outside and you're using a flash, you got to be pretty close to your subject, and you were here. That was great. That worked out just fine. And if you had shot this without the flash, there would not be very much light illuminating your face. You would be more of a silhouette, especially since it's backlit. You can see the sun on your shoulders, on the top of your cap there. So this worked out for the assignment, so very nice. Okay, we'll go on to the next here. Okay, Trisha, let's take a look at your stuff. This looks great. You got some really cute shots of this family. Maybe it's your family. And so let's see here. Okay, so shooting with a 100 millimeter lens, a 60th of a second, f4, 400 ISO. Perfect. Yeah, and you can see that when you got this nice combination of outdoor lighting and then using a flash, you get this beautiful illumination from the front. So you kind of mix things up. So this worked out really well too. And very cute, very cute. And the fact that you're mixing the available light with the flash can sometimes have really, really wonderful results. Like these right here, you would probably be missing some of the expressions. Speaking of expressions, um, and then this one, of course, when going down the slide, it looks like at the City Museum there, and stopping the action. This definitely is freezing the action. So very nicely done there. And then this one with the slow sync shutter. So I can see right here that your shutter speed's a third of a second here. And you get this nice kind of blur. It really gives you a nice sense of action. So this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect for the kind of thing I was looking for slow sync. And the same thing here too. It's very nice. You used a combination of the shutter staying open at an eighth of a second here, and panning along with her as she's moving through there, and just worked out very nice. Great job. Very well done. We'll go on to the next. Okay, Sean, take a look at your stuff here. This looks really good. Take a look at the details here. Okay, yeah, and so perfect in terms of stopping action. You can see that the flash allowing you to freeze the action, especially works really well with water. And you can see, it kind of turns into this sort of almost looks like a glass sculpture kind of thing. That's good. And combining flash outside, perfect. This, when you're doing these kinds of shots where you're using it as a fill flash, this really adds some extra, I guess, detail to your pictures when it's nicely balanced as it is here. And this one's showing the slow sync. I can see a little bit where it lit up, like the back of this. I guess it's a truck or something. As it's a zipping by, but right here with the exposure being 0.6, about a half a second, and that worked out just really well. But most times when you really want to use this effectively, you got to be a little bit closer with your flash, because especially, you know, at a distance like this, the flash on your camera is really not powerful enough to really throw it out there too far. Whereas this one's much more effective. You can see right here, here's a 1/6 of a second, and where you move the camera during the exposure, this worked out just perfectly. You can kind of get that sense of motion and movement. So very well done. Great job. Okay, go on to the next here. Okay, Samantha, let's see what you got here. Okay, we'll take a look at the details. Okay, yeah, so I can see that, you know, the flash, you know, used as the fill in here, and that worked out just fine. You know, in terms of stopping the action, you know, it did stop the action. Here's another one where you're using the flash as a fill flash outside. Good. Okay, yeah, and this one, I can see where you moved it a little bit. You got a little bit of the movement going on here, right around in these areas here. And so you can see where the flash froze the exposure, and then when you moved it, then anything else that had a little bit of ambient light, that's where you get these kinds of blurs like that. So that worked out fine. Same thing with this one. You can see right here from the candle in here how it trailed off as you moved it during that exposure. But the flash made the initial exposure, and then anything else as ambient light showing up trailing off. So okay, good job. All right, Michelle, let's see what you got here. And this is beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is just fantastic. Love this. This is just a fantastic looking shot. And you know, maybe just water coming out of the faucet. Maybe, I'm not sure, but you can see how the flash froze the water droplets like that. That's just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, here I guess we see the culprit here, right here. So what a great way for it to, you know, send out that pattern here. And same kind of thing here where you're using it. This one will be a little bit slow sync because it's got, or let's see, no, not slow sync. Okay, so yeah, the flash freezing the action here. Okay, maybe this one being a little fill flash or a little slow sync because your shutter speed down at 1/4 of a second. You can see a little bit of camera movement. Okay, and this one, not really seeing so much of the effect of the flash here, but oh, okay, now in this one, moving during the exposure, you can definitely see the effects of that. So okay, this one flash not used. Okay, and with. So this is a good before and after. So excellent example of showing, you know, when you're shooting without the flash outside and you're close to your subject, especially like a portrait like this, when you use the flash, it really fills in and gives you some nice detail. So that was very nicely done. So great job. Thanks for that. We'll go on to the next. Okay, Melissa. Looks like you got some good shots here. Wow, this one definitely showing capturing some action. And you can see even at a 1/60th of a second with the flash going on here, you still get because the dog's moving so quick, you still get a little bit of the almost a slow sync kind of look because the dog moving so quickly. But beautiful in terms of stopping action. That worked out great. And then this one, very nice in terms of filling in, you know, another kind of a great example of when you're outside and they're using the flash to fill in for details and things. And same thing here. You can really see that, you know, most of this would all be in shadow. And since you combined the flash with the existing light, you get a really nice pleasing effect. And you just have to make sure that you're in close enough on your subject there. And this one, perfect for the slow sync. You can see how you move during the exposure, and it has a really interesting kind of motion look to it. But you're flashed fast enough to freeze the tongue of the dog right there. And once again, this kind of thing too, where you're as this is moving, you know, you flash, and the flash being the primary light in the picture, since the duration of the flash is so quick, it freezes this, but then during that sort of the slow sync when you're using a slower shutter speed to bring in the ambient light. You get this really nice kind of interesting motion effect. So very well done. Great job. Okay, Lauren, let's see what you've got here. Very cute. Okay, I'll turn on the photo details here. Okay, yeah, so terrific. You know, in terms of stopping the action, you can see the flash stopping the action and also filling in for the shadows. Same kind of thing here too. The flash probably being the main light. You can, you know, really, it seems like it's not using so much of the available light, but the flash being a nice even light. Oh boy, yeah. And then here, especially, this is a really good example when they have these little glow sticks and you move during the exposure to get this really kind of ghostly effect. Very interesting and mysterious. And oh wow, this is terrific. This is a great example of showing off the combination flash and slower shutter speed. Perfect, perfect. And this shot being just, what a cute shot. And also just another great example of when you're combining a flash as a fill flash for outside. And this one too. Now let's see if this one, oh, okay. Oh, this one now I'm looking over here. It wasn't used, and so then here's a before and an after, and you can see even more detail caught on this one right here. So, and this one also using a flash. So great job with that. So very nice and good creative use with those little glow sticks. That was very clever. Good job. Okay, Lee. All right, a bunch of stuff. Okay, whenever you're shooting stuff like this, if you're not close enough. Oh, okay, so it says flash not used. Let's see if it's before and after. Okay, flash not used. Okay, so you get these to, I'm seeing you're stopping the action here. Okay. And maybe it's just not recording the information in terms of the flash being used here. Let's see. But very creative. I like these exposures. This is, maybe you're using a off-camera flash. Hard to tell. But you're certainly, maybe these are multiple exposures. It's hard to tell, but you might be using off-camera flash with these. So you'll have to let me know. Send me an email or something and tell me if that's what you were doing, off-camera flash with these. And I can see certainly this stroboscopic effect of the guy moving down the sidewalk here. Same thing kind of here. Yeah, I can definitely see the effects of the flash right here. So you must have been using an off-camera flash there. And very creative. I love this. This is really a nice way to explore with this. Okay, using some kind of light. Can't quite tell what it is, but then I can see a little bit of the flash going off and the light happening here. Okay. Good, during those longer exposures. That's good. And painting messages with the, yeah, those are very nice. Okay. Okay, yeah, here's the flash, the off-camera flash firing. Same kind of thing here. Very nice. I love the fact that you've got the longer exposure, and then you've got these images filled in with the flash here. Great job. Okay. Let's see if I can pause this. All right. So very nicely done. I very much like the creativity that you brought to it too. So great job. Okay, Larry. Turn on the photo details here. So yeah, this is definitely a great example of when you're using the fill flash for outside. Now, since you have a Nikon D300, you have the ability to be able to shoot with up to, really, really high shutter speed. So you have this great, even a little bit more creative ability to adjust the amount of ambient light versus your flash. So, but what a nice portrait this is, and you can see that the fact that you used a slower shutter, or a faster shutter speed, that the background light went a little bit darker, and that foreground light really pops your subjects right there. And the same kind of thing right here. This is good for, you can see that the bat's swinging fast enough that you get a little bit of motion going on there with the bat, but the flash primarily stopping the action there. That looks great. And then this one, yeah, I can see the difference here. You've got this at a 2/50th of a second, but then this one a 20th of a second. You really get that nice, the slow sync effect that I was hoping for. It was very nicely done. Beautiful, beautiful. And then this one, just a really nice combination of using the flash and then getting the ambient light where it's a little bit darker in the background. And this is looking really, really very nice. You get this nice complementary color kind of thing going here with the really deep, deep blue, and then the almost yellow of the bush here. So very nicely done. Great, great job. Okay, and good subjects that you were working with there too. So that worked out great. Okay, and then this one, Kelsey, yeah, if you could just, I clicked on the little button before, so just make that available to me, and I'll be able to get in there and see it. Okay, Austin, let's see what you got here. Turn on the photo details here. Okay, yeah, so this is this works out great with the on-camera flash there. And perfect in terms of being able to use flash and the slow sync. Very nice, very creative. Good job with that. And then the on-camera flash in a dark situation there. And then once again, another very creative use of using the slow sync. You got this one at 2 seconds with the flash popping off. So and you got all this action going on. So that really adds to the look of the photo here. So great job with that. And then this one, just a really nice mix. It looks like. Let's see if this is with and without. Okay. Okay. So this one maybe you mixed with an off-camera flash. The ambient light, and then the doing a little bit of fill on the motorcycles there, but nicely done, very, very good. And the ones earlier on here are very creative. That's really like that a lot. So good job. Okay, Alex, let's take a look at yours. Turn on the photo details here. Okay, we got the flash, and then at a 30th of a second, you can see where the flash is filling in on your subject here, and that with the, I guess he's swinging a bat here. Whatever he's swinging it, you can see it's got a nice little blur going there. This one's perfect in terms of being able to use the flash and mixing for the fill flash, so that worked out very nice. Okay, this one says it's flash not used, but let's see what. Okay, so let's see. So this one certainly stopping the action, but stopping the action more like this. If you were shooting maybe even a little faster shutter speed, but that's definitely stopping action, but not by using the flash. But for what you did right here, this will work out for that, to fulfill that. That part of the assignment. So, okay, good. Okay, Christina, let's take a look at yours. Turn on the photo details here. Okay, and so she's moving through here. Okay, I can definitely see, in terms of stopping action, that the flash, actually, captured that. Um, Now it's mentioning that the flash is used, but for some reason, maybe it's because you're not close enough. Let's see, you got exposure here of 100th of a second. I'm surprised that the flash does not show up a little bit more. It almost looks like it, unless you're using a longer lens here. Let's see, focal length. No, you're close in. So I'm really kind of surprised that the flash is not a little bit more predominant. Let's see, what kind of camera are you using here? So you've got a Sony 37, the 370, W370. So that's a point and shoot camera. So sometimes you have to make sure that your finger is not covering things up. I mean, I certainly have been guilty of doing that. So even it says that the flash is used, but maybe the flash, since the camera may have sensed all this bright light right here, and so maybe put the flash on low power, in terms of automatic. So hard to say. Now it certainly worked there. I can see where the flash stopped the action here. This is very subtle, and this one's also kind of subtle too. So, but I have a couple of different Sony cameras, and they tend to do this kind of thing where they'll adjust it so that it has more of an automatic setting. But I tend to think it might be what you're working with your camera. So, but anyway, you may want to take a few more flash shots and let me know if your flash is working properly. But otherwise, for what you've done here, this works out fine. Primarily I can tell it did work on this one, but it's very subtle on these other ones if it was working properly. So, but just let me know. Okay. Well, thanks everybody, and good job. Very happy seeing what you all did. There were some very creative pieces in there. Keep up the great work and especially I always love seeing the creative stuff. And make sure you're also having some fun with it too. So thanks very much.